I still feel like you're stitching me up. You know when someone says, "You look good in that hat, man," like, and then like it's like somebody's buying a fedora, and it's like, "Yeah, man, not many people can pull it off, but you've definitely got to wear this hat." So I just bought a fedora.
Whereas underneath, they're like,
sold another one. Nearly getting through that massive batch of fedoras. So you're taking photos of me like it's a joke.
You tell me that doesn't look good.
I've got my hand up like Mike Tyson.
Would you fuck that guy?
Oh, man, I do regularly. Well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Swagmen Podcast, where we're good for some, but not for everyone.
Oh, God, I love your little anecdotes at the
You like
start.
that one? We're like a 3-beer minimum podcast, aren't we? Oh. Do you reckon...
Oh, damn.
I feel like at this stage of the game, we're the last podcast left at the end of the night, and you've had a few beers, and you're like, fuck it, I'm taking that podcast home. I'll listen to it in the Uber on the way home.
Yeah. We're the harlot at the bar.
Oh yeah,
that's us.
You've been on. All the good podcasts are gone.
You're stuck with us.
Yeah, thanks. And then you just pay the Uber a little bit extra to drop us off.
Yeah. Can you never stop doing them? Those little anecdotes as you open. You got to do the intros from now on. It's bloody brilliant. I enjoy it, man. You didn't even tell me you were doing something like that.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't tell you everything, so there's that.
I'm fine with that.
Do you want to tell the people
I want to mention that we're drinking out of glasses.
We are a little bit fancy today.
Yeah. So
all the way to the bottom, actually. That's a fancy glass that goes all the way to the bottom.
It's meant to be a proper
sometimes they stop
beer.
here.
Yeah.
You know,
it's meant to be a craft beer glass.
I still feel like it's plastic.
Nah, drink it and then tap it empty. But guys, we're actually drinking. Well, we know the show's supported by Shelter Lager, but we're drinking the Shelter Lager out of glasses today because it's a little bit cooler. We've pre-frosted the glasses.
Yep.
That lasted about all of 25 seconds. Now give it a tap. Now give that a tap. That sounds like glass.
No, it doesn't.
Ching.
Ching yours with mine after.
I was going to say, that's exactly what I was just going to say.
Did you say chink or ching?
Ching. They both sound bad.
Do you want to hit them up with the website? No, it's not a website. It's a email.
Yep. So email is swagmenpodcast@gmail.com, and then check us out on Instagram, the Swagmen Podcast, and you'll see us on there. We regularly throw reels up there of upcoming episodes, and we're jumping on the stories. So we're quite active on Instagram. But yeah, shoot us an email. We want to hear from you guys. Been getting some awesome feedback, and I'm going to bring that up after the first little topic. Got some wicked topics to talk about tonight. Some random ones. Some I haven't told you about either, Jamie.
Are you going to bring up the hate mail?
Hate mail?
The death threats? This is just what my wife sends me at work.
Don't come home tonight.
Yeah. There's bees in your lunch. Or is there? And I'm like, well, either way, I'm not going to eat it now.
That's brilliant. God. So many things we could talk about. And should we also talk about how long it's been?
So we were ahead by quite a few episodes.
It was 5 or 6 episodes.
So we took a little bit of a hiatus, didn't we?
Well, no, not on purpose, because I would have kept punching him out.
No, we stopped because we went away. We did the boat trip, which we'll talk about today, tinny trip. Mm-hmm. And then what else happened?
I had to go and shoot
point?
something, and there was something else. Easter. Yeah, Easter. We didn't do one for Easter.
Oh, yeah. And
then also I had a little bit of an opportunity to do something on the side, not as far as podcast go,
yeah.
but yeah, cheating on you.
Yeah.
No, I'll explain that later on because I want to talk. That should be our last one because I want to get a bit serious about it and see what your thoughts are about it as well. So
yep, no worries. Good luck getting me serious on anything, but
yeah, I know.
Oh.
How have you felt after like 3 weeks of not doing a potty? I've missed it. Have you?
You sound like you've got an addiction.
Hey, no, I've missed it.
I do enjoy it. So yeah, it is. It's good to get back in the chair, mate. Behind the mic.
Yeah.
You know?
Sound like one of those guys.
You told me off today because I wasn't using the right lingo.
Did I?
I said how many what did I say, downloads or how many
how many downloads?
How many visits or whatever I said, and you said listens. It's listens.
Come on, mate. Talk like
we're podders
talk
now.
Like you mean it. I didn't say that.
We're poddies.
I didn't say that.
We're pod bros. Do you want to talk about the tinny trip?
Yeah, because that was the next thing on mine, about the apples.
The apples?
Yeah. Feel like you didn't want me to talk about it, but I got to. Because it's a revelation for me.
So you're literally talking about the end at the start.
Oh, yeah, I sort of am. No, let's start off. So we've just come... Oh, when did we come back from that tinny trip, dude? I want to...
It was last weekend.
Yeah.
No, was it last weekend? No, couldn't
Weekend
be
before. Yeah, it was. Last weekend was Easter.
Yep.
So weekend before Easter, we went on a tinny trip, as we do. I want to keep this quite general, just because I don't want it, to just tell a personal story that no one will get the context. I want to keep it quite general. So...
I'll start off.
Perfect. I love it.
I'll start off because we pulled up
like that. I'm not even joking.
We pulled up and we met at we drove down, me, you, and J-Rad convoyed.
Yep.
We pulled up at the BCF car park.
Yep.
And I needed a pair of sunnies, but I also had to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
So I've shot over to the servo, and I thought I'm going to go to the toilet first. So I've walked in, and then I thought, oh, this probably looks dodgy coming off the street. But I've looked up, and as I've decided not to go to the toilet, I've pivoted, I've turned. But then I realised there's an armed guard there staring at me. I've immediately felt awkward. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to purchase something in my own head is what I'm thinking. I'm like, yep, that's where the glasses are. I'll head that direction. Yeah. I headed over to the glasses, looked up. He's still watching me. I'm like, he's probably got his gun on his hip. He's got his hand on the gun. Like,
looks like he's reaching for it.
Yeah, this guy's sus. He's come in and he's gone one way and then he's going to rob us. Like, I was marked for it, I reckon.
Now, I need to bring something up. That's not the first time that's happened with us.
No.
With you, when you were with us.
Yeah.
So I'm separating you from us for
the
this incident. For this one incident.
Well, I'll finish,
like
I'll finish this one and you can bring the other one up if you want. So I've bought the glasses because I needed a pair of sunnies. Bought a pair of, the top level. There's 3 levels of servo sunnies. I bought top level polarized because we were crabbing.
Yeah.
And they cut through the water better and get rid of the
glare.
They do. Yeah.
No one talks about that enough, actually.
No, I picked them up.
Brilliant.
You actually ridiculed me. You said that they were very bikey-like. Can't win, don't try. So I purchased them. Another armoured guard behind the counter. And I realised at this point, shit, they're counting the money out. So I've grabbed the glasses with 2 hands. Thank you, please.
Super polite.
I've turned around, like, over polite, walked around, and then I'm like, still got to use the shitter.
Yeah.
And then I've walked back past the fucking old dude that's got a gun on his hip and he's just like, cock the hammer. I'm like,
oh, shit.
He's going to take me down.
This is how I will die.
And I'm like, do I look at him? Do I not look at him? And I'm like, just headed for the shit. I went in there and like, I've got to admit, I had the nervous belly after that, destroyed it, walked out and I left and I was just like, man, there's no way I wasn't a person of interest for that, like 5 minutes of interaction?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. What were you wearing? Like, I know that sounds quite personal. I'm trying to think. Wasn't that sus?
A shirt that said, fuck the police.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm good with that.
Your money is my money, tattooed on my forehead.
Yeah. Couple of stars down your cheek.
I look like a gentleman, if
Couple
I'm honest.
of love hearts down your cheek.
A teardrop at the teardrop.
Yeah, teardrops.
Anyway, I felt like I was being watched.
You had jet pilot shorts on.
Those glasses actually lasted.
That's a trigger straight away.
Jet pilot.
Fucking jet pilot.
Those glasses lasted till the end of the weekend, by the way, and they snapped.
Oh, I did that.
Yeah, top tier my ass.
Yeah.
Somebody switched switch the tags out. They were bottom tier servo sunnies.
And I'm pissed off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wish. She said, do you want the receipt? No, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah. Actually, fuck,
wish I had the receipt now.
Yeah, I know. How much were they? How much?
$30.
Fuck off, 30.
Yeah, that's top tier servo.
Oh man, that sucks,
top
dude.
tier servo
I remember
money.
It was $9.95 or something back in the day.
That's what these were. These should have been bottom tier.
Yeah, get pissed off. I'm pissed off.
So what was?
No, mine was at the same time, just at the same time as that. This is quite general. Like, those front runner boxes that I have. I bought the high lids.
Yep.
They are a freaking prick to get on. They really are,
dude,
man.
You were stoked with them at the start. Like,
yeah, I was.
Like when you walked out with them.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I've got a dud batch, or I don't know whether there's a trick to it.
Like your Tupperware's been in the microwave one too many times?
100%, man. 100%. But they're great, but that's nearly annoying enough for me to go back.
Oh, refund?
Honestly, when I say go back to the small lids.
Are we going to refund the other ones?
Oh, I'll get Shez too, I think. I'm not I'm not one of those guys. I'd literally walk in there and go, hi, can I have my money back for these?
You're going to send the awkward lady in?
Yeah. Yeah. She's not awkward when it comes to that. Nah. But if I went in, I'd come out with them again and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. No worries, all good.
Oh.
Yes, I do need a rod and reel spin combo. Fuck's sake.
Yes, I'll take store credit.
Yeah, that's it. Nah, it pissed me off. That pissed me off. But It was a fucking great weekend, except for that easterly was howling all weekend.
We cut across the cut, didn't we?
Yeah, and that was wild. And you'll be able to see this in the... by the time you watch this, you'll be able to sort of... Hopefully you've watched the Tinny Trip, because it reflects that. How... Did you have the camera going over that, did you? Yeah, I did, but it still doesn't do it justice.
Nah.
But it was so wild, dude. Like,
I actually realised...
You were wet, right?
Yeah, but I realised later that because I was standing up in the front, that's how I drive. But
yeah,
I realised afterwards,
it, mate.
I could have pulled the lid down and just buttoned it up and just watched through the windscreen. I probably wouldn't have got wet.
Oh man, I'm so... And I don't know why you didn't do that either.
No, I didn't even think about
chair.
it. Yeah,
just gone boom.
My windscreen was dirty, but I didn't even think about it. But all props go to AGD.
Oh, Azza in the tinny.
Yeah,
he copped it, man.
Yeah, he reckons he had a bit of a breakdown halfway across on the way home. But what do you do?
I don't.
Not a breakdown, like a mental, like he fatigued him. It was rough water.
Yeah, it was.
For a tinny, especially.
Yes. I was sort of getting shockwaves through my boat. And then I found I wasn't tight. You know how you...
Yeah, you try to get the speed right. You're trying to skip over the... It's not right.
Trim up, trim down, try everything like that. But on the way back...
You trim down and then you nosedive and you're like, oh, that was a close...
Yeah, spot on.
But he's just like sitting at the back of his boat with his swag up front just on the rear steer.
Absolutely getting face...
Yeah.
By those
Mother
waves.
Nature.
He was, 100%.
Yeah.
But
and it's a long drive.
It is. What would that have been, honestly? Good 25 minutes?
Of just hell.
It was.
Each way, because we didn't last on the other side. We got there and went, oh, it's still shit here.
Yeah.
Let's go back immediately.
Let's do that again.
That's probably the start of why my glasses fucked up, was just the salt water pumping them.
And the shock.
Yeah. They hit the ground a few times.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because every time I wiped them, like the salt water would hit them, so I'd take them off and wipe them, put them back on, salt water would hit them again, so I just went, fuck it, I put them on the dash. Yeah. And then by the time it was done, they were in the back.
Just going like... Yeah, I know what you mean.
They're not 45k easily rated.
When you say that he had a breakdown halfway through, or whatever that is, I have been like that in a tinny, because you're sort of just yelling. You're like, oh, fuck this.
The storm scene in Forrest Gump. Old mate's lost his leg and he's up in the crow's nest. He's just yelling into the storm.
Is that all you got?
Come and get me!
Yeah. Come and get me! Yeah, that's what it is. No, but it was... That was the whole purpose of sort of doing that trip, I remember Jared saying, was to go and check out that other inlet, somewhere new to check out, but we weren't able to sort of... we got over there, but it was still so rough, man.
We could probably drop the boats in on that side next time.
Yeah, good call.
And you dodge all that.
Because then on the way back, though, that was a beautiful... I timed it... Oh, well, obviously we were going with the wind.
A couple of days later.
Yeah, it got super swelly in the middle, though, didn't it, mate? In the very middle. But it was so nice for me. Like, I had that right...
It looked so smooth trimmed up from the inlet. So I cracked a drink on the way back. And I thought, I'll be able to hold this.
A drink?
Oh, it's just a soft drink.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
You judging me like I'm drinking beers in the morning like no one's ever done that.
No, I absolutely... But never on the last morning, eh? You wouldn't on the last morning, would you? Unless you're passenger? Would you?
Depends on what time of day it is. Yeah. Depends on what time of night you had. But no, it was just an energy drink. And I thought, it'd be sweet. But then halfway across and the swell hit and the waves kicked in. So I had I can't sit on the dash because I'll be wearing it. So I'm holding that. And you're holding your steering wheel. But... you're trying to meter your throttle and
get that right speed.
Yeah, so I just had full noise, but I was trying to keep Az in the middle in case something happened because he'd already had a breakdown the day before. Remember?
And he dropped back,
like motor breakdown. It wasn't the motor, it was the cable come off. But I wanted to be him to be between us, so I'm trying to keep my speed up, but got one hand full and trying to steer, and then that swell kicked in. We were jumping.
Yeah. I had noises I've never heard through my boat. Like it almost like the whole thing.
Did your motor rev out a couple of times?
No, surprisingly not. Nah.
Would have been it.
Only when we were trying to do monos.
Wheelie Kings boy up and down the river.
Oh, also want to talk about, I was editing the cooking scene. I haven't been
That's one for the cutting room floor, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Could you hear me heckling you in the background?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You're like, just give it up. And then I was like, no, I've got this.
I've got this. Right, I think you're
doing. Well, see if you can notice when I show you. See if you can notice.
Are you going to put it into the video?
No, not talking. So, I got the outro. I was like, okay, what you do, you put this in there. But it's like, people, I've got a few guys that will be like, shit, you a shit face there.
Bro, that was the drunkest I've seen you.
Yeah, but how did I wake up okay?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, we got into it
'cause
that
even-
night, didn't we?
even
We
when-
went shots? What the fuck?
'Cause
How
you-
old are we?
Because you...
No shit.
No, I've actually messaged Azza and asked what he was
What is
mixing
it?
them with. I'm going to do them again.
Yeah, what was it called again?
It was sheepdog, but it was
Sheepdog,
with
yeah.
something or other, Shatig, blah, 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 some
Yeah,
fancy,
okay.
you know. But they were good.
They were nice.
They were good.
Yeah.
Like-
Like how he pulled it off the spoon.
Yeah, do you know? I liked how he had his little kit with him. He had his shot
Yeah.
glasses, little box, pulled it out. Yeah,
He's a good old.
because you're supposed to do them with like Baileys,
Oh, nice.
not sheepdog.
Fuck, I'm going to get Bailey's.
because the
for next
Baileys will
trip.
float.
Beautiful.
Obviously. But yeah, like even when you pulled up, like you'd moved your boat around or whatever. Like we'd been drinking, but you'd moved your boat and you came in hot,
Yeah,
And-
I like doing that.
and your motor was still down.
No, because I knew, it's that sooty mud
it's mud.
underneath.
Yeah,
I
soft.
thought, nah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, wearing that new prop.
Yeah. And you just stopped and you're like, yeah, that's it. That's it.
yeah, yeah. So easy.
And then
for
you
someone
straight
to
away,
sit
you're like,
back
yeah, I
and
got to
heckle.
film a cooking segment.
Yeah.
And you just started getting out your accoutrement and then you started cooking. And it was the worst. I would love to have seen it. Like, I would have actually, I might have even signed up for your Patreon.
and then unsigned.
Yeah, after I seen that.
Fuck, dude.
Dude, that was probably the most intoxicated I've seen you.
Yeah. But I do. I don't know. The more pissed I get, the more happy. Like, the more I'm just like, yeah, cool. But then I was like, I tried that one line too many times to say something, and I was like, oh.
Oh, you just kept going.
That's it.
You just kept
Yeah,
going.
I tried to.
You just kept going with the cook. You
I was
just
like,
kept.
nah, fuck it. I'm not doing it now.
And I'm going, just do a montage, my man.
Yeah, and I did. I ended up doing it with a voiceover. Like, no, I did I nailed the outro of that night. I was like, so what you do, you put this into this. I think
Yeah.
I repeated myself a couple of
So
times.
you've done a voiceover of the rest of it? That's the first time you've done
not
a voiceover?
No, so through the outro, I've explained the whole recipe,
Oh, yeah.
and then I've put all the footage of me cooking it in. So, fuck, I was proud of that food, though. It was good. I've
Yeah,
been in a bit of a rut lately with my food.
Oh, man, you've been cooking gold, I think.
No, I haven't, man.
Because I wasn't even going to eat your food. You're like, hey, man, have a go at that.
Yeah.
Big bowl of pasta you dropped on me.
You can hear that in the video, too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because I didn't even get out of the
You're
boat.
like, no, I'm good. I'm like, mate, you'll love this. You're like, yeah, okay, cool.
I just did old Alan from The Hangover. I pulled up,
Anchor out.
beached my boat, walked up over the front, yeeted the anchor. That was me. I didn't get off. I dropped the motor in the mud.
Yeah, we were all rooted that first night, weren't we?
It was pretty good actually all through the night. I slept pretty straight until probably about 4:35ish.
Yeah.
The whole boat just dropped on the side because the tide went out. And
Yeah, I've had that happen.
But it was
and it's
alright.
horrible. It's
Nah,
sort of
I
like you
was
just
good,
sink into the corner.
No, the way I
Just
had
really
everything
just-
stacked up, yeah, I just rolled into it.
Yeah, beauty. Oh, so talking about after that night, I woke up really fresh the next morning, right? Doing that thing how I'm trying to eat a little bit better and shit like that. And I find that I have more energy if I do eat better. I'm not trying to preach anything because I absolutely eat like shit on
You
these
got
trips.
a workout program coming out soon?
5-day challenge, yeah.
New what is it? New Instagram, Pete Fit.
Yeah, Pete Fit PT.
It's just you
it's always
advertising
that.
women's clothing again.
Yeah, Pete Babe. babe Pete Fit.
What's the name of that pub?
Sandy Cove.
Check it out.
Jamie.
Value for money above all else, but also the food was huge.
Absolute awesome.
You had a steak sandwich with a whole rump in it, eh?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, beetroot, bacon.
Jared's feed was like a seafood basket. That was for 2-3 people. Like 3 people would have went away okay at that.
100%. And
Yeah.
that was the thickest squid I've ever had. I don't know what squid is that thick. It's like an inch.
I honestly
centimetre.
it was delicious, but I actually looked at it and think, that's like flaps off a fucking stingray.
Yeah, I was
They
thinking
was
that.
big,
Tasted the
but it
same.
was good.
Yeah, 100%.
Tasted the
Beautiful
same.
feed
You
there.
had stingray flaps, have you?
No, I haven't. No.
But it
No,
tastes-
sorry. As
it
in
tastes
tasted
squid,
like
yeah.
if it was stingray, it would have tasted the same.
That was
But
good, man.
this is a weird side note. Did you notice the seasoning on the chips? Honestly, this is a weird question to
It's
ask.
the yellow one.
Yeah, what is that? Tell me.
All
you know
good
what
lunch
it is.
shops have it, man. It's
I
chicken
know.
salt. It's chicken salt, but it's not. It's like the chippy. It's not the chippy white one.
Yep.
It's like a separate yellow one, and man, it's a bomb. It's
I
like
love
sweet.
that you've noticed
It's
that.
sweet.
As,
yeah,
Jamie,
man.
I've
Jackson
fucking
Street
never
chips.
vibed with you so much.
Jackson Street chips at the in like it's like Ashfield.
Yeah.
Man, they've been using it for years. It's the best.
Yep. It is. There's like that sweetness there, and it's beautiful and savoury. It's like MSG.
I got a bowl of chips once at the Raffles.
Yep.
And
Same thing.
I don't know if they fucked up and put sugar on the chips instead
But
of
it
salt.
worked.
it was weird. Everyone was looking at each other like nobody wanted to say anything because it was a pretty fancy meal where we were. We were in this up room. It's like, I don't want to say, is this weird? Because, like, is this how rich people eat? But it worked, man. It was like eating, like, a cross between donuts and fries. Like, it was good, man.
Yeah.
It was wedges. I think it was wedges with sugar on them.
Oh, I don't like that.
No,
no, you've turned me off.
But I've never seen it.
Can only be beer battered. Can only be with sour cream and sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, it had all that on the side.
Oh, beautiful.
But it was dusted with sugar. And I still, to this day, I don't know.
I'm back.
Yeah, I don't know if they messed up. No, they messed up.
Yeah. God, the Raffles was never a classy joint when I...
Nah.
It was a shithole when I knew it back in the day. Like, an awesome...
I meant some of the bands that played there back in the day.
Exactly. Like an everyman fucking bar.
Oh, yeah. Like, you had bands like the Angels. Yeah, bands like the Angels and that. And you had...
yeah.
I went and watched the Angels the other day.
We should have talked about that. I know. Yeah. At the Frio prison.
Yeah, it was sick.
So many.
Obviously, the singer's not around anymore, but he used to swing from the rafters at the Raffles. Like, he used to be singing. Actually? Yeah. And he'd climb the ladder. Like, you know, the lattice to the stage, and he'd be like swinging across the top, you know, belting them out. Like, it was good. Yeah, I watched them and Cheap Trick.
Yep.
Old as fuck now, but they can still belt it out. Yeah. And Susie Quattro.
So Susie Quattro, lead singer of...
No, that's her.
Oh, okay.
Susie Q.
Who am I thinking of? Lead singer, the Devil Day Rock.
That's her.
Oh, is that her? Not the Skyhooks? Not the lead singer of Skyhooks?
No.
Sure?
Yep. Are you going to type it into your little fucking...
I'm going to enhance.
I wanted to talk about that night, and
I'm just going to butt in. I'm going to butt in like a real rude prick.
That's not like you, Pete.
No.
The next morning, Dan... He was walking like... He was walking...
Shout out, Dan. You're a fucking legend.
Absolutely. First time I met him, Dan was absolutely cracking.
Oh, he's a beast, eh?
Yeah. And the more beers he got, the funnier he got too. Like, you told me, you're like, the more beers he has, the funnier. And I'm like, man,
I'm convinced.
But he was gold. And the next morning, he's got a bit of a stiff neck. And so, what's wrong?
No, he didn't tell us. We noticed it.
No, but he said, I woke up and I didn't have a pillow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, right. And then I think it was J-Rad was like, nah, you fell off the boat. And he's like, no, it was a pillow. It didn't have a pillow. He's like, no, you fell off the boat. And then I can't remember who it was, reached down into the mud next to the boat and pulled his sunnies out the next morning.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
And he was trying to pass one of the boys and ended up going overboard, eh?
Oh, it was so funny.
Because I'd actually gone to bed. Because I know I'm bad with a hangover, and I'd hit me kick, and I was just like, done, I'm going to bed.
Oh, we were listening to music pumping, and then all of a sudden we started like just having arm wrestles again, and then...
That's right, because when you said you had an arm wrestle, then you went overboard. I was like, did Pete just slam him over? Like, bam!
No, him and Jared arm wrestled, then all of a sudden, because it was a nice boat, Breno's boat's a really nice boat. If you can paint a picture, it's one of those nice high-sided fiberglass boats. An older one, but a real classy boat.
Oh, he's looked after real character. It was his dad's boat,
His late dad's boat.
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
Because he said
Breno, shout out, mate.
He wired it when he was 16, 17? Or
yeah.
Saying?
Oh, he's a clever bastard,
he is
Breno.
good.
But, sitting on the side spectating, then all of a sudden he must have just lost his balance, tipped over,
no,
but he leant into it.
No, he went to walk past Jared. He goes, oh, excuse me, Jared,
and then
can you
fell
move?
in.
Jared's moved, and then he's just like completely gone over.
But he's made a noise. He's gone, what? And then he just tipped over and leant into it. It looked like he did it on purpose. Whoop, going over.
And the water was shallow, man. Like, what's the water? Probably, a foot deep?
Yeah.
2 feet deep where we parked? Nah, so he's pulled his sunnies out of the water the next morning. I couldn't stop laughing. I was rolling around because I'd already been to sleep. I was hearing all these stories for the first time.
You always miss good shit when you go to sleep like that, eh? You really do.
I do. I'm an old man.
Yeah.
I'm ready for bed. And I know I am the worst person with a hangover, man. I am absolute useless.
Have I been around you before?
Nah, I haven't had a decent hangover in years. I avoid them like the plague.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just go to bed with 1.5 litres of water and just start drinking.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. And it usually works, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I find things like, as bad as it sounds, like Gatorades and, I don't know, maybe it helps me personally. Sometimes a greasy breakfast actually doesn't help me.
Water sucks.
Yeah.
Is that what you say? Gatorade's better.
I'll tell you what, we're talking about apples and the protein bars or whatever. I thought to myself, no, I'll just have... I actually took protein shakes as well because I'm trying to be a bit better about it. And I don't know if you noticed that first morning, we were downwind from fucking Dan's streaky bacon and he's cooking up his paper wraps.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Oh,
paper.
yeah.
That was fucking funny.
That was like the thinnest. It was like tracing paper. Do you remember when you were a kid and you got tracing paper? Because when he pulled it out, I was like, he's put the wrapper on the fire. You know the little grease paper that goes between deli meats?
Yeah, spot on. My baking paper.
Yeah, he's dropped the grease paper on there, and he's like fried both sides of it. Then he's picked it up, and it's just snapped in his fingers.
It's meant to be a wrap. Yeah. But being downwind from that killed me a bit. I was like, oh, I could use that now.
Yeah.
But I was glad I didn't, man. You know?
Yeah, like I said, I don't eat brekkie usually when I'm out. Now, you're sort of where I am, you know? You get over it.
No, I will, but I just on the boat, I thought it'd be easier, and I'm on a bit of a kick or whatever. But I thought more to myself that I have found that when I've eaten that type of stuff on a trip, I know that sounds weird. I used to lose a bit of energy in the afternoon, whereas now I don't know what it is. Finding I have a fucking fair bit of energy in the afternoon, so I don't know. I'll stick with what works at the time. Superstitious a bit.
How about earlier that day?
Here we go.
We all pulled up on that first island and we did a little bit of crabbing.
Oh man. Oi, can we talk about that in a minute? I need another beer.
Good call.
Yeah, so go ahead, mate. What were you? We're all freshed up.
Yeah, I've just
fresh beers.
Fresh beers, mate.
I'm loving it out of a glass. Actually, I'm not. Feels like you're at a pub.
I'd like to get what. Who has one? Is it Adzi? One of the ones that you just pour on the keg. You know, they got the hole in the bottom of the cup, and you drop it on the keg, and it refills itself from the bottom. No. You seen that?
Oh, I have seen that.
Like a valve in the bottom of the cup.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting on that.
Yeah, so go ahead. What were you wanting to talk about? Cheers again.
Cheers, my brother. So yeah, remember earlier on that day, the first stop was that little island. And we just sort of set up. Everyone had the Yui booms going. We're cranking some music. We're just kicking back in the shallows.
Threw a couple of tuna heads out.
Yeah, and man, we were all getting bitten by crabs.
Yeah, I know.
They were like aggressive.
Little buggers.
And like I started following you down. You had the scoop. We were scooping. Yep. And I called you over. That one was chasing me.
Yeah.
And you remember it breached?
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
like some sort of seal.
Dude, it breached the water coming after me.
Yeah, I won't want to fuck with him when he's older.
Nah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck. You want to fuck with me?
What? I think the whole weekend we only got
8.
That were
no, it was
size.
8.
Yeah. Between me and you, we got 1.
Yeah, it was. Size. It was 1, yeah.
Yeah, because we had a competition, remember?
Yeah. It was a competition. Well, I'm glad I didn't stick to. I was never going to. Do you know, I was never going to buy a round of cocktails.
Nah,
because that would have cost me like $120.
And I tapped out, and it'll probably come through on your video, the moment he said, no beers till you catch a crab. I was just like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, I saw you. You were like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I was like...
And Dan was the same.
I cracked a beer. Dan, if you're listening, we're bringing back the DAC.
Bringing back Dackies. Bringing back DACs.
We're bringing back the DAC.
Should get stickers made. That'd be hilarious.
Bringing back the DAC.
Bringing back the DAC.
Yeah, and you got to announce it.
A good minute beforehand, Dan.
DAC!
I'm going to DAC you.
I was actually going to bring that up.
He'd be cackling, dude.
What's his other page called? Bad
Raptor.
Bad Raptor.
Yeah.
Bringing back
Went
the
through
DAC.
a bit of shit lately, actually. He had that stolen.
Man,
fully, completely stolen. Yeah. They cleaned out his canopy, but
I know,
you wouldn't think so, eh? Happiest bloke, fucking champion, eh?
Yeah.
When we nice, deep podcast voice, eh? Have you noticed that? It's got that nice, deep radio voice.
You are a poddy, aren't you? You're a real podder.
I'm a pod bro.
You notice the pod voice on the potential podders.
For me. Fucking beetroot head.
Face for radio.
Yeah. No, it is. Is.
You've got, when we pulled up back at the dock, when we dropped the boats off and everything, and you were like, can you see Dan's car? And straight away, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I know. But it was... it's a weird morning, that one, mate.
Yeah.
Because it was next to mine, and I didn't notice. What a fucking idiot.
Somebody just said, hell yeah, boys, on our page.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's almost as if we're going live.
Probably accidentally have.
Jason, yeah.
Nice.
He's actually...
Thanks, Jason.
Is he the one that's actually sent us the email with the questions?
No, there's Jason, Jace Casso, and then there's Jason Ludlow.
Yeah, Casso is the one that sent us some questions.
Get to know the people that support us, Jamie.
I asked you the question, man.
You asked me what the name was because you didn't know.
Yeah, that was like just a term of like way people speak. You know, you got to work on your conversation skills.
Read the room, man.
Yeah,
read it. Yeah. Look, I thought.
So yeah, he's sent us some questions, and we're going to get to them.
Cool.
Jason's actually sent us some questions, and we're going to get to them in the next one. Or you want to do a couple at the end of this one?
No, I think in the next one it'd be good because there's a few to cover, but there's also a couple of other things I want to talk about to slip them in.
Oh, so you're more important than Jason, one of our fans?
No, nah.
No?
Oh, you fucker. That made it real awkward. Oh, did you see the awkwardness on my face there?
Yeah. Because you realise that you're being a prick.
No, I was going to double down.
Yeah? What are you
Go,
going to say?
yeah! Yeah, I am!
Fuck you, dude. He's a Monday listener.
Co-host. I'm a co-host.
Nah, all good.
Nah, wicked.
We could probably, there's so much more about that tinny trip that we could probably touch on that was hilarious.
Oh, there was. It was a real eventful one.
Yeah.
I got stitched up. I did. Got stitched up by either you or it was Jamie and... fuck's sake. It was either Jared and Breno. Because they said, yeah, you can get a little boat round the corner there. No, but so I'll try and explain this the best I can. A couple of the guys, Jared and Breno, said, yeah, you can get around the corner there and have it. Because I wanted to go for a scoop again.
That is not what they said.
What did they say?
They said... It gets really shallow around there.
Yes, yeah, but you can...
And Breno said, I have gotten around there previously in a tinny, but it gets real shallow.
How's mine not a tinny, dude? Mine's a tiny bit bigger than a dory. Yeah. A dory's 420.
He actually tried to talk you out of it a few times.
Did he?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
You're
a fuckhead. You're
and
bunging
then you
it
said,
on.
No, I'm going anyway.
You're bunging it on,
I'm not bunging it on.
Yes,
100%. 100%. You were just dead set going... Because we were ready to go make camp. And you're like, I got to get some more crabs in.
Not more. A crab. I want to get a crab.
Nah, because we'd caught plenty of crabs.
Yeah.
I just undersized.
No, the funny part is, as maybe only Patreons will see this, but it's like I got footage while I was over there.
What did you?
Yeah, and I'm halfway through an intro, feeling good. You know, the sun's dropping, fucking lovely, no worries. Halfway through my intro, the fucking motor starts churning up fucking sod. Like, and then literally I spent maybe... So
you were gone a while. You were gone half an hour easy.
I was gone half an hour.
Easy.
So that would have happened in the first 4 minutes.
And we heard motorbikes come in and then just shut off. We sort of joked, we're like, well, we bet they're watching him stuck.
Yep, I had an audience. So
and
I
then when you
looked
came
like
back,
the biggest fuckwit because I had my motor out of the water and I thought it was in the water and I'm rocking side to side, dude.
Did you have
But
did you have the engine on and you're rocking side to side?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So same way.
But it was literally idling, doing nothing.
You didn't learn your lesson doing that?
Doing what?
Just engine full noise, rocking it.
No, I didn't have the engine was just in drive, but the prop was just out of the water. It was like, wasn't moving anywhere.
When that time when you hit me, was that just out of the water or?
No, that
I
was
didn't
well
want to
in.
bring this up again.
That was well in the water because as soon as I walked back, she went back. Oh man, that dent is not going to say a lot worse. It's definitely a bit bigger than I thought. Have you made that a bit deeper?
Have I made it deeper?
Yeah, you're a fuck. Oh, no,
I have knocked it out.
I regret this.
Yeah, good. Moving on because I'm still upset to be honest.
Yeah, don't worry
Dent
about the
cure.
6 dents on the other side.
Dent cure.
What's that?
Something you could hook up for me.
What's dent cure?
The guys that knock little dinks out.
Are they?
Isn't that the boys?
Well, I'm not paying for the other 4 on the other side. Yeah, cockhead. And I reckon Rhett did, though. I reckon there's something
Don't
going
put
on
this on Rhett.
where you and Rhett have done something.
Don't put this on the Tin Man.
Do you know, can I tell you something truly? You know how Rhett put up that story about there's like scrape marks on the side of his boat?
Yeah.
I swear to God, you know when him and Adam went to check the nets?
Yeah.
I reckon he's done it then. On my life, I reckon he has. He's driving my boat. So I was in his boat. I stayed with Keels.
Oh, and he took off in your boat.
And him and Adam took off in my boat and then they come back.
Let's get him on.
Yeah, I think we should.
I
want to get him. That was a good episode. I enjoyed doing it with Rhett. But... Should we move on to something a bit more camping related? I wanted to ask you a question. I mentioned it real quick. It'll be perfect timing, man.
I need to bring up one more. Since we're talking about you attacking me on my boat.
Whinging? You going to have a whinge?
I pulled up on...
Have you got an unpopular opinion for this episode?
No. Oh, Pete's a nice guy. There's one that's probably unpopular at this point. I feel like the movement's still in fine form. No, when we pulled up, and me, you, and Danger Dan, we'd been hooking down... the waterways, and we pulled up on that little end, and I turned my bilge on.
Yeah.
How much water pumped out of that? Because you guys...
Would you honestly say 40 litres?
No, I wouldn't say 40 litres. It was a lot of water, but
what would you say?
Oh, 20.
Yeah. No.
And you know how that water got in there?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Probably 20.
It was you. While I was beached,
no,
you were hooking nuts in your boat. Just bow wave? Is it a bow? It's not really a bow wave. What do you call it? Wake. Just wake washing me hard. So just feel like, and I'm like,
I wasn't hooking.
You were hooking.
But be honest, no.
What's the speed limit in there, Pete? Is it 5 knots?
8 knots.
5.
5. I was going 5.
You were not going 5.
But had my motor trimmed right the fuck up, and then I'd turn... with me, when I have my boat trimmed right up, the weight that it creates, I think I did about 8 laps, 8 circles near you, and it just kept filling it up.
Yep.
And
Filling
honestly,
filling it up.
I remember
Filling it up.
Jamie. I remember you yelling out to me, "Stop it!"
You're not going to emasculate me, mate.
The cry voice. Oh,
Mate, you were
fuck.
just doing flybys. 20
You
knots,
took it
20
so
knots,
well,
20
eh?
knots, 20 knots. Yeah, it's got a bilge pump, but it's aluminium. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. I'd be like, nah, fuck you. But then I got karma, didn't I? Dan sprayed me the next morning.
And then Jared had that big 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
And he sprayed it straight after, and he got Dan and
He
you.
got Dan. Yeah. I didn't get much, but Dan's copped me.
Yeah.
I got frothed.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it's a big motor, mate.
Yeah,
it's a big boat.
I backed off and followed him.
Yep, 100%.
And you should talk about your mate and give him a shout out on the bank that was having beers.
Oh, man.
Because he yelled at me and I didn't know what he was saying, so I kept cruising. But you pulled in.
Yeah, he was a bloody champion. Blake.
Yep.
Shout out to Blake, man. And shout out to the legends at the pub on the way out of the pub abusing each other for wearing Crocs.
Yep. Yeah.
They watch the channel as well, dude.
Yep.
Legends.
Yeah.
No, shout out to you guys.
And
I had
the old
a
girl
beer with Blake and his family, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't stop as well. I didn't realise.
Yeah, gotcha. Champions.
But the
Absolute
old girl as well that was dancing on the houseboat
At
to
the start of-
Viva Las Vegas and was turning her stereo towards us and everybody was rocking out on the way past.
She loved Jared.
God bless her.
She loved Jared.
Jared had her on the lasso at one point.
Yeah.
He was dancing up a storm. Nah, good on her.
Yeah.
All right, now we can move
absolutely.
on. I think that capped off a pretty sick weekend.
Yeah, I think that was pretty perfect.